guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I have found a very special undisclosed location because we have a very special car. This is the all-new 2020 BMW M8 Gran Coupe, and guess what? It's packing twin turbo V8 goodness underneath the hood. But before we get into this new M8, let's talk a little bit about BMW history. BMW has been around since World War I, manufacturer of planes and airplane engines. Then after World War I was over, switched over to motorcycles and then eventually car production. One thing that BMW is synonymous with is performance, especially when you see that letter M. M stands for motorsports. So many great championship wins, race wins, including the coveted 24 Hours of Le Mans. With this 2020 BMW M8 Gran Coupe, they're taking a lot of that magic from their two-door M8 and bringing it into a four-door platform. But what it's still promising is on a ton of performance and of course that extra luxury touch that you expect from BMW. So let's go ahead, dive into this all-new M8 Gran Coupe. Right off the bat, the lines are unmistakable BMW, and to be honest with you, I'm enjoying the four-door look even better than the two-door look. Now, one thing I want to point out, this has a special color. It's called Almandine Brown Metallic. Looks absolutely stunning in the Florida sun. Headlight design, of course, you're going to get full LED daytime running lamps, LED headlights, turn signals. It has your now traditional new design of the halo with your daytime running lamps. Plus, of course, these headlights are adaptive, so that means they're going to steer with your steering wheel, whether you're going left or right. Really beautiful look, a little bit of silver. We drop down, you have some gloss black, and then these massive air intakes that are gonna help flow air to cool all of the inner bits that make all the power come to life underneath the hood. You can see how the front fascia is extended out. That's gonna give us downforce, and it's also gonna help get air into that open air scoop. And I love the way it extends out on the front fascia. A little bit of a lower air dam is gonna try to stop air from going underneath the car, because remember, that's gonna create lift. Now, when we come across that kidney-shaped grille design, you can see how low and wide it is, which is taking the overall shape of the grille and kind of stretching it out a little bit. Very minimalistic. Looks absolutely drop dead sexy. You have these vertical gloss black slots. There's your M8 badge. The M means that extra motorsport performance. Love the colors. Nice, open, minimalistic look. The shiny chrome around the perimeter of both of those grille openings. Of course, you're gonna have a forward-facing camera. You have that iconic Bavarian Motorworks badging with the Bavarian flag colors. We drop down. This one obviously has the Jersey plate mounted up front. That is where the headquarters for BMW USA is located out of. And then this lower grille area, all open, gloss black. You can see how it extends. And one of my favorite things that BMW does is how they really shape that lower grille opening. But from one side to the other, just very, very sinister looking, very low, very wide. Now, when we get up onto the extra long supersized hood, you can see how it cascades down. Look at how it meets the grille, really takes that shape on. And then you're gonna have these two nice high peaks that rise. And then as you get closer to that windshield, fade away. Now, when we come around the bend, we're gonna have some optional goodness. Not only is the paint job an option, but also we're talking about some optional brakes. First off, wheel and tire setup. So you're looking at a 20-inch wheel, machined aluminum, that metallic gray finish wrapped in the Pilot Sport 4S tires. So that tells you the performance indication of this vehicle. 275 on the width, 35 series sidewall, sneaking past that wheel. Look at them, look at this. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie James Bond Goldfinger. That's definitely Gold Fist. The size of that caliper is massive, and it's gonna clamp down on the optional carbon ceramic rotors. They're two-piece, which is meant to help dissipate the heat. Plus, it means that it's less rotating mass. Not only the wheel, but also that rotor. And then, of course, you have that Goldfinger caliper that's gonna clamp down. I don't know if you could see a little bit. It has the M badging with the color. There's your M badging as well on the wheel itself, but very, very nice look. This, of course, has BMW's xDrive, which is their all-wheel drive system, gonna get maximum stick to the ground. Now, in this beautiful shaped fender, we get to our synonymous, one of those traditional styling cues with BMWs is the side air vent. The zonk is, this is only for looks. It is not functional. I think they could have easily made that a functional piece, but I do like the way they integrated the M8 logo there. And on the side, it really shows that aggressive styling from the front brought it onto the side fender. Very stylish with the mirrors. I really love the way that BMW does their aerodynamic work with their side mirrors. You got your LED turn signals built in, and then full carbon fiber roof. This is gonna shave over 8 pounds off the top of this vehicle. It's gonna help lower our center of gravity, gonna increase our handling. Plus it looks drop dead sexy. Side door handles, all color match. You can see the way the lower sill extends out and flares. It's crazy how much of this vehicle is up front. And then once you get to the rear where the second set of doors are, you can see how you got that large rear quarter window, a little bit of gloss black, but gloss black along top and bottom. The doors, the windows are frameless, so that gives it that nice extra look as well. Close it up, and then coming into the rear, flared out on the fender. Look how it slopes down into the rear trunk. Let's take a look at what we're working with. So up front, we have 275s. Out back, we have 285s. So they're a little bit thicker, or I should say wider of a tire. You can say thicker if you're talking about width. 35 series sidewall, still a 20-inch wheel. And then you can still see the massive rotors. It's a little smaller caliper, of course, because more weight transfers to the front, but that rotor, I'm telling you, that's UFO. We actually had to call the government and let them know that we were driving this because there's basically 4 UFOs on this BMW M8. Let's get to the back. There's that flared out fender look, nice sloping back. Now it almost looks like a sport back or lift back, but this actually has a trunk. You have a nice, tasteful kick-up rear trunk lid spoiler, full LED lighting on your taillights, and then this is what I'm always talking about. Quad tip exhaust, 2 on each side. Look at the beautiful shape. They're a little bit of a slash cut and they look phenomenal. A little bit of a flared out on the fender. That's where they decided to take the DOT required reflectors and kind of drop that in. Good placement. We come across the back, you have your massive M8 badge. There's that iconic BMW. And you can see just how that trunk, look at that, just extends up, and that rear diffuser is unbelievable, purposeful, and looks great. Why don't we go ahead, pop the hood, and check out the V8 twin turbo engine. All right guys, we got that massive hood popped. Of course you have 2 hydraulic hood struts. Underneath that is that twin turbocharged engine. What are we looking at underneath that tasteful M badge cover? We're looking at some BMW M power. 600 horsepower out of that 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, 553 pound-feet of torque, launches this car 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. It's all mated through a ZF 8-speed M Steptronic transmission. What's fascinating about this setup is not only do you have the xDrive all-wheel drive system getting the traction to the ground, this engine has a special dual oil pan setup to monitor oil pressure during intensive handling maneuvers. The car weighs 4,480 pounds. Comes, like I said, with those 6-piston M Sport brakes, which are carbon with the carbon ceramic rotors. MPGs, 15 in the city, 21 in the highway, and you have an active M differential out the back. What's very fascinating is if you dare, you could actually shut off all the nannies and send 100% of the power to the rear wheels of this M8 Gran Coupe. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and hear that V8 rumble. All right guys, we're inside the 2020 M8 Gran Coupe. I know you're probably saying, well Joe, this is a lot of car, a lot of performance. How much are we talking? The way that this one is optioned is right around an MSRP of $152,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now I love the door panels. This one has the optional leather treatment not only to the door panels with that beautiful stitch work and design, but you'll see when we get to the seats. Love the brushed aluminum speaker covers, both the tweeter and the speaker. That's a Bowers Wilkins sound system. Even the way the door handle is shaped with the contrast stitching, nice soft material, and you have a large pocket down there for all of the necessities that you could ever want. Now, when you get to the dash, stitch work, the material is absolutely stunning. The silver around the AC vents, very classy touch. We get to the infotainment system of things. This is a 10-inch system, touchscreen, of course. You have your navigation. There's Apple CarPlay, but no Android Auto. You could go into your car features, of course, go into your M menu, set up everything for when you want to do your spirited driving. We go back here, you could get into your Sirius XM very, very easily. Nice touchscreen feature. The stitch work is phenomenal. We toggle down, you have nicely styled AC vents. There's your AC controls. Ventilated and heated seats, of course. Very slim on the radio controls. And then look at this, they poured a bucket of carbon fiber in here. The stitch work is great. Carbon fiber goes all the way around where the shifter is. Open up door number 1, 2 cup holders, a USB and wireless charging, and a 12 volt. All nicely placed under that lid. This is your BMW iDrive controller where you could go through your different features with your infotainment system. Look at the M Sport stitching. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. The M logo. This is going to control that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. You got your start stop button. You could go into M mode, turn on that active exhaust, because that exhaust you can make louder or quieter depending if you want to piss off your neighbors or not. And just a little bit of black. Let me show you the backup camera when I throw it into reverse. There's your backup camera with trajectory, and you have your full 360 view. Very, very easily seen and easy to work through. You even have your self-parking features on this particular BMW M8. I love the silver trim. Nice soft leather. Stitch work is great. Bombs away. You have plenty of room in here. You could literally drop a box of Twinkies, of course, German Twinkies, chocolate, USB-C, and another 12 volt. Close it up, and then these are the optional seats I was telling you about. You have your M8 badging, which actually lights up at night. Love the stitch work. 16-way positionable seat, obviously full electric for the passenger and the driver. This one also has the optional Alcantara headliner, and it's like petting a pussycat, man. This material is so soft and just really elevates the level of fit and finish in here. Everywhere you look, well done by BMW. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this M8. All right, guys, business time. Go into the door panel. Just like the passenger side, you have 2 memory seat settings, of course, for the driver's side. I love the beautiful trim that they put on the sill. This lights up at night, and then the pedals are spot on the money. You got a nice large dead pedal that's brushed aluminum with the brake and throttle. Seats are so easy to get to fit to your body, because not only are they 16-way positionable, but the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, that's a 16-speaker sound system in here. Just enough bolstering to make it interesting, but nothing that's going to squeeze you. Steering wheel is right out of a BMW race car. Love the stitch work, the M colors, the M badging. It is a heated steering wheel, of course. You have your thumb drive controls. You see these 2 buttons here? You could actually save your M functions, have 2 separate setups, totally different upon itself. I like those touches. You have the paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that 8-speed automatic transmission. I am going to zonk them in this car, $150, $2,000. I would like to see some type of magnesium, some type of metal, titanium. What I do love though is that 12.3-inch gauge pod, really clear, super nice. The font, the graphics. Watch when I go into M mode. You hit M mode, and what that does is it actually gives you a 2-sided tachometer, which is really wild. I love that overall function of it. And then you could get out of M mode very, very easily. So that really allows the functionality of this car. Plus, you're getting a massive head-up display. Now, when you're not in M mode, it just shows your speed and the speed limit. You go into M mode, guess what? You're getting your gear indicator and tachometer. Looks beautiful. Plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room and everything else. Let's get to the back seat and see how your passengers are like hauling the mail in this M8 Gran Coupe. All right, guys, back seat time. And the amazing thing is, you would think with that low, sexy roof that you would have to be decapitated to sit back here. Plenty of headroom, that beautiful Alcantara. Look at the one-piece backs all the way down. Then you also have the center console, how it extends. Carbon fiber for your passengers to drool over. You have 2 USB-Cs. You can fill this up with some Jolly Ranchers. Your rear AC vents and controls back here. And then seat-wise, tons of space. Great angle. Technically, you could put another person back here to straddle that, but I wouldn't want to be that person. Armrest. That is to open to get inside the trunk, or you put it back, and if you want the rest of the armrest to come down, there you go. Look at that, beautiful silver, nice soft touch. Open that up, you got your 2 cup holders. Open this up, you can fill that up with your Skittles and just taste the rainbow as you're doing 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. You might choke on the rainbow. Close that up, and then the seats, just as nice as up front. Like I said, optional seats, over $3,500 option for this seat package. Why don't we get to the trunk though and see how usable this M8 really is. All right guys, time to check out the trunk area. Real easy, you just hit the button, nice electric assist, opens up nicely. You have a pretty wide opening, 10 cubic feet of space. Like I showed you earlier, you have that pass-through feature for larger objects and a little bit of an area over there for your emergency Twinkies that you could hold in with that cargo net. But let's get to the best part of any M vehicle. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this M8 for a spin. All right, guys, we left the undisclosed location. We're in this 2020 BMW M8 Gran Coupe. It's interesting because it does not feel as long or as large as it is. When you're in the vehicle behind the wheel, I feel like I'm in a M8, just the 2-door version of the M8, not this Gran Coupe. So that's really good news, to where you're gonna get that extra room for the back seat passengers, but it doesn't feel like you're driving a land barge. I have everything set up exactly how I want it. So I've gone into the M mode, which remember, that's an extra option. That M Performance mode and everything is all part of a special package, which is added to the overall cost of this particular vehicle. So what that does is it makes the head-up display become a large, I mean, super large tachometer. It's got a gear indicator, your speed limit, and also your speedometer all in one setup. Super clean. And then on the dash, what it does is, I've never seen this before, it actually creates 2 tachometers, 2 bar tachometers, and then in the center you have your gear indicator and your speedometer right underneath that. Super clean. Love the size of the steering wheel, that beautiful stitch work. The paddles, it would be nice in a car that costs $152,000 or so for it to have larger metal paddles. The plastic paddles, they're a pretty good size, but it would be nice to have something titanium, magnesium, and just a little bit larger. Not height-wise so much, but just sort of lower, going towards your knees. Going down would be a nice welcome, just because when you're doing the business, you don't want to be concerned about hitting the paddle or not. You want to know the paddle's going to be there and you're able to hit it no matter where your hands are on the steering wheel. Visibility out the back, it's a little tight just because of how high the back of the car comes up. Still pretty good overall. Brakes are phenomenal, of course, in this thing. Those carbon ceramic brake rotors, the size of Italian pizzas. I mean, they're just massive. Everywhere you look and touch in here, the fit, the feel, the material is exactly what you would expect in an M car. Where I really wanted to take you, obviously, too, were the twisty bits that I have near me. Really showcase what this M8 is all about and really bring the fun driving aspect to you, rather than us just driving down the highway or whatnot. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. On throttle, launches like a rocket. Going, I'm shifting manually through that ZF8 speed. Wow, this thing is so freaking fast. Oh my God, look at this. Wow, the brakes feel phenomenal. Great feedback coming to the wheel. And now we're gonna rock it through that gearbox. The brakes slowing down, slowing down. Wow, look at this. Twin turbo V8 power. On the brakes. That V8 roar. Wow, this thing is unbelievable. Unbelievable what BMW has been able to accomplish with this M8. The way that it balances from left to right through those transitions, its weight, it feels like a lighter car. And you really feel connected to what the front end of the car is doing through the steering wheel. The grip is phenomenal. Those Michelins with the all-wheel drive, I mean, you're like unstoppable in this thing. It is vicious. The power delivery, having those that twin turbo set up on that 4.4 liter V8, you're not waiting for boost. You saw as I launched from that dead stop, you're not waiting for boost at all. This thing is just ridiculous. If you would have gone back 20 years ago and said, hey, you got a 4,600 pound car that's 4 doors, nobody would think that it would perform like this. This is just out of this world. And then everywhere you look, the fit, the finish, low wind noise, super smooth. And I'm telling you, for a full-size 4-door car, it looks damn sexy outside. It really does. The exterior has great lines. All right, guys, another acceleration test from a dead stop. Here we go, on throttle. Jeez, the sound, that CF8 speed. It shifts so fast when you hit the paddle. Wow. On the brakes, those massive rotors, those massive calipers. Oh my God. I'm gonna shut up a little bit here. Wow. Yeah! Look at this thing. I'm telling you right now, the pedal feedback is phenomenal. All right, guys, here we go. Once again, on throttle, yeah! Just launches like a rocket. Watch the brakes on this, look at this. Wow. Back on throttle, coming out of the corner. Watch it just dance through here. Look at this. Look at the dance. This thing seriously is going to detach your retinas from the rest of your eye. It is ridiculously violent in its acceleration, how it gets the power to the ground, and the way that it's balanced. All right, guys, let's do this again. This is way too much fun. I absolutely love the head-up display. One of the best head-up displays I've ever had the pleasure to look at. So much great information, very, very precise, just like the way this thing performs. So drop it down to third. On throttle, here we go. Yeah. On the brakes. Look at this. Wow. Nice. Watch it transfer the weight through here. Watch this. Left, left, right. Look at that. That is a balanced chassis. That is a totally balanced chassis. Unbelievable. All right, guys, here we go on throttle. Yeah, launching it is so awesome in this thing. Even through the tight stuff, she handles great. Look at this. Yeah. So amazing. So absolutely freaking amazing. When I tell you, it just sticks. And she just wants more and more and more. But we need to get back to our undisclosed location. I can't even talk right now. I'm just like so blown away we're gonna get back to our undisclosed location and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a mind-blowing day with this BMW M8. I definitely gotta thank everybody at BMW USA for allowing Raiti's Rides access to this unbelievable four-door car. It just goes to show what BMW is bringing to the table when it comes to performance. Anytime you see an official M car like this M8 Gran Coupe, rest assured you are going to get the utmost in style, power, and performance. Definitely something to make it stand out from the Mercedes lineup of AMG cars and, of course, the Audi S sedans. But if it's vehicles like these that you want to keep seeing on Raiti's Rides, these sport luxury sedans, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Got to give it out to Big Guns McGee. He has the patience of a saint. So thank you, Tom, for your hard work sometimes. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.